Oh, you're still here, Agent York?
Clarksons chose a dragonfly for their family crest. In some European countries, dragonflies are called devil's needles, and folklore suggests that they fly around, sewing up the mouths of children who don't do as they're told. In Japan, some samurai helmets are also shaped like dragonflies. There, dragonflies are seen as beneficial insects who march valiantly ahead, preying on pests that devour crops. In other words, dragonflies symbolize opposite things depending on whether you're in the east or the west. But why did the Clarksons choose this insect to be their symbol? I can't help but feel like it's something deeper than the cliched image of dragonflies as guardians of crops. Ungar called the dragonfly a flying serpent. One of his interpretations right on the mark. The Clarksons are serpentine. Savage, cunning, and skilled at protecting themselves, but they don't slither along the ground. They're serpents with wings that allow them to soar above the rest, but now those wings are starting to fail on them. That's what really triggered this incident. After acquiring wings, the serpent attained prosperity and was crowned in glory, but now it's lost its power, wavering, moments away from plummeting back down to the earth. So it started lashing out against others, just like it used to do before it gained its wings. Sort of sounds like an ancient myth, doesn't it, Zach?
This thing sure looks tall when you look at it up close. But why do they gotta build it up so high anyway?
The height gives them the necessary pressure to pump the water out. Also, building it in a spot where anyone could easily access it would only create more problems.
Problems?
In a certain Missouri town, they built the water tower low enough that a person could easily climb up to it. And that's exactly where a mass murderer decided to hide the bodies of all his victims. The water tower was so low to the ground that he could even climb up to it while carrying a dead body on his back. Incidentally, they ended up finding a total of 43 bodies in there. But the part that truly shocked Zach and I wasn't the number of bodies, Patty.
What?
It was the fact that over the 6 months from the first murder to when the case was solved, that whole time, the townspeople had been drinking the water.
Agent York, look! I think we can climb up from there. Let's go.
But Patty, I was just getting to the good part.
Hey, let's chat.
Want to hear about all the depraved serial killers I've encountered so far?
No, thank you. Forget what I said.
it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. One lollipop, two lollipops, three lollipops.
So this is our town. Looking down on it from here, it's hard to imagine any bad stuff ever happened at all.
Listen carefully, Patricia. You just leave Melvin to me. I promise I'll take care of things. You're grown up. You're more of an adult than anyone else in this town, I guarantee it. But that doesn't mean you have to suffer through everything without ever saying a word about it. Just remember that, okay? Zach, it looks like the holy Allah hasn't been sucking up water properly. No wonder the shower in our hotel room felt so weak. Patty, who manages this water tower?
This is Lucare. You should know the answer to that by now.
The Clarksons. Judging from their current situation, I don't think they'll be able to give us a timely response.
Yeah.
Do you know where the water comes from?
Probably Isaac Lake?
That settles it. Let's fill the holy Allah and solve this problem ourselves.
I knew you were gonna say that, Agent York.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, we would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tale. Patty's okay? She acts strong, but it seemed like she was deeply distraught. Where did Melvin disappear to? The same goes for her mother, Candy. We never even got a chance to meet her mother. Did they get swallowed up into the Clarkson's vortex as well? We need to hurry, Zach. As of now, Patty could be in danger. Can't stop moving until we find the source to all this chaos. Isaac Lake?
That's the name of the former head of the Clarkson family. When he retired, they built this lake to commemorate his career. That's why it's called Isaac Lake.
They wanted people to remember the power of the Clarkson family every time they used their water, huh?
You sure don't miss a beat.
The water level's higher than I expected. They probably haven't been out here to check on it since Lise was murdered.
I bet that's where the water gets sucked up into the water tower.
Mr. Alligator, never thought I'd have to use you to fight a real alligator. Just what does that skeletal gentleman have in mind for us, Zack? Open the door, Patty! Now, Patty! Okay, Zack, let's head back to the Holy Allah. We need to confirm with our own eyes that we've completed the skeletal gentleman's oracle. This is the deep south. I feel it every time that molten hot sun pours down on me. Don't you, Zach? Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast country. Incredibly vast. And it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland, with small towns scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and LA are all microscopic. Sometimes they even feel like figments of my imagination. Zach, the holy Allah is filling up. Looks like we'll be able to take a warm, invigorating shower tonight. Patty, are you okay?
No. Not really.
Worried about your parents?
Well, of course I am. My mom is sick, you know. And she got even worse starting about a year ago. She used to be so beautiful. But now she looks like a completely different person. She can't even get up out of her own bed no more.
I'm sorry to hear that. I already hurt you once in the past, and now it looks like I've gone and done it again.
No, I know Mama's illness ain't your fault, Agent York. It's more about Daddy. He
what?
Nothing. Just forget it.
Hey! Y'all get down from there right now! I said get down here, goddammit!
The heir to the Clarkson legacy has come for us, Zach. And he doesn't sound very composed.
You rotten little snakes! This is private property, goddammit! I guess you really do want to throw down with a Clarkson, huh? Get out here! I never gave you permission. Yeah, you think you can just walk all over us, huh? Hey! You hearing me? Climb down here right now! You're gonna pay for pissing off the Clarksons. Oh yeah, you'll get yours. Oh yeah, you will. Yeah, son of a bitch.
I could arrest you for drunk driving, but I simply haven't got the time.
What? What did you say? Ever since you got here, my whole family. Now they're all dead. You're Satan. You came here to destroy the Clarksons. You destroyed them. Satan.
Satan? Not quite, Daniel. I'm just an agent carrying out a mission in accordance with federal law. On the contrary, I came to put a stop to all these problems. You might even consider thanking me for it.
Federal law. Mission accordance. Did you hear that? Bastard wants me to thank him. I lost everything. My treasure. At least my old baby girl. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
You reap what you sow.
God damn it.
Whether you like it or not, you're the new heir to the Clarkson legacy. You could rebuild their empire, or resign it to the ravages of time. Do whatever you like. But you'll no longer be able to borrow a certain someone's power and march around like you own this town. You need to accept that and prepare to survive. Zach, it's no use. The skeletal gentleman is a strict one, that's for sure. We're going to have to figure out what the giant lady's finger is if we want to continue on with this oracle. Lady's finger. Lady's finger. I'm at a loss, Zach. The only thing that comes to mind is a certain lady in glasses who displayed her middle finger to a truck driver. The student driver who was driving the car that Leslie Nielsen jumped into in order to chase down a criminal. 1988, directed by David Zucker, The Naked Gun. That car chase was terrific. It felt like we were watching one of our own car chases from the real world. That director must have gotten some advice from actual police officers. Otherwise, there's no way he would have been able to film such a realistic chase.
Hey, Agent York, can I say something? If you're looking for ladies' fingers, you know that's another name for okra, right?
Another name for okra?
Yeah, okra's pretty common here in Louisiana, so most people know about its other name.
Huh. Okra. My talented assistant strikes again. You solved the oracle instead of me. Let's hurry over to the okra farm at once, then. And find the biggest piece of okra while we're at it.
Hey, Agent York.
The key word is giant, so it must be rather large. I'll bet it looks positively grotesque, Zach. And just imagine the stickiness. Ooh, I think I'll refrain from taking a bite.
Hey, Agent York! Our town doesn't have an okra farm.
No? Okra farm?
Relax, just follow me. I reckon I know where we're supposed to go. Agent York! Where are you going? Stay close to me or I'm not going to show you where your next stop is. is the giant lady's finger, Okra Boy. He's kind of like the town mascot.
Okra Boy. You're right. No matter how you look at him, he really is a giant lady's finger. But Patty, there's no okra farm in this town, is there?
That's right.
Then why did they choose okra for the town mascot?
Good question. He's been here for as long as I can remember. Daddy said he remembers Okra Boy being around when he was a kid, too.
The plot thickens. Zach, doesn't it look like he's pointing at something? Let's follow that white glove. Patty, that's it. So this used to be the control device for the drawbridge. But it looks like its insides have been replaced with something else.
Oh, yeah. I remember Daddy telling me about this. This drawbridge hasn't been used for decades now. So the control room doesn't work, and the power's been disconnected. A password that requires 3 letters?
Looks that way.
What's this, then? There's an H on the top, bottom, and left sides of the leftmost panel.
Patty, trial and error won't get us anywhere. There are 26 letters in the alphabet, which makes for 17,576 different combinations if we use 3 of them. Let's try something more efficient.
I know that. I was just fiddling with it. So, what do you want to try, Agent York?
Just leave this to Zach and I. Zach, this password may look complicated at first glance, but you needn't worry. This is a chemical formula. A challenge from Professor R. The H that's tattooed all over the leftmost panel stands for hydrogen. In other words, the leftmost panel represents the molecule you get when 3 hydrogen atoms merge. All we need to do is figure out which chemicals go in the remaining panel. Try reviewing what we know. We spoke to the 17 comrades who saw the birth of New Orleans, filled the Holy Allah, then found the giant lady's finger pointing toward the entrance to the Forbidden. After we met the 17 comrades, we encountered that ominous red tree. There was sap dripping out from the red tree's trunk, wasn't there? That must have been a metaphor for wood vinegar. Then, in order to fill the Holy Allah, we went to the reservoir. The water tower represents a distillator, and the water represents coolant. Wood vinegar, distillator, and water, Zach. Figured it out yet? The chemical formula is CH3OH, methanol. It's got to be COH, starting from the left in that order. Methanol is highly flammable and used as the base ingredient in formaldehyde. This has Professor R's name written all over it. That oracle really sent us on a roundabout mission this time. It almost feels like we're playing a video game here. Talk about stupid. That must be the entrance to the Forbidden, Zach.
You can't touch that! Smarty pants scientists said no.
Avery Smith.
Drawbridge don't work no more. The machine's junk. Yup.
You're right, Avery, but don't worry. I got permission to touch it.
Permission? Agent York, you got permission?
That's right. Permission from the President of the United States.
The President? Oh, he's a smarty pants. Okay. I didn't see nothing. Yup. Won't tell no one neither.
Hey, Agent York, are you really going in there?
Yes, I have to, for the sake of the investigation.
I'm getting kinda scared.
That's a rare word to hear coming from your mouth, Patty. I don't see much in there aside from some overgrown weeds, do you?
No, that's not it. I'm not scared of the weeds. I'm scared of what you'll find, Agent York.
You don't need to worry, Patty. You're my precious assistant, remember? I promise I'll protect you, no matter what happens. Patty, the truth is, when I first saw Okra Boy, I remembered something horrific. The most evil monster I've ever seen, in fact.
A monster?
Oh yes, a demon incarnate who plunged New York City into mortal fear. The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow?
Ghostbusters, 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman. Now that's a film that was filled to the brim with bona fide horror. A true masterpiece that boasted an honest depiction of just how frightening a real ghost would be. Even if you watched it now, I'm sure it would still chill you to the bone. First night I watched it, I was too afraid to go to the bathroom alone. So I made Zach come with me.
The door.
It really seemed like you knew who Galena Clarkson was.
Well, I've never actually talked to her. But it's a small town. Pretty much all folks know who the Clarksons are. And Galena's supposed to be extra scary compared to the rest of them. Back when we saw her in... hurts. Oh. Oh.
Zach, I think we found a laboratory.
Ugh.
A research log? No, it looks more like a journal. Look, Zach. This belonged to Lena Doman. A professor to the very end. This book is filled with all sorts of detailed notes. She studied abroad during school, most likely in order to get as far away from her father's prejudice as possible. Abroad, she studied chemistry and fire dynamics, then cultivated the groundwork for Sang Rouge. If what's written in this journal is to be believed, Sang Rouge is a naturally derived substance. That must mean it's something akin to ayahuasca, the hallucinogen found in the Amazon region. But Sang Rouge wasn't actually produced here. It appears that a special environment is necessary to summon the Red Demon. Zach, look at this. It's her. No, him. It says that when Lena was still known as Lenny, he once fell in love with a woman. He fell in love with his older sister. That matches up with what PJ mentioned just before he died. And apparently, they had a daughter. The Clarkson's family tree is far more complicated than I could have imagined.
You can say that again.
And here it says that the Clarkson's older daughter later fell in love with someone in town and got married. Then she must still be somewhere in this town. Hey, Patty, did you know about all this?
I don't know.
This entry is from right after Lenny became Lena. Zach, what could this mean? A salesman passing through town gave me an epiphany that changed my life. She didn't create Sang Rouge until after she met this person. And from that point onward, she started fanatically worshiping someone. She also ceases to mention anything more about her older sister, and the word goddess of fertility starts appearing everywhere. The final entry, written just before she headed to the Clarkson's house. No one can stop my plan, not even me. My only worry now is P. I only pray the Fool King can stop him. Zach, it looks like we've uncovered yet another new character. Who's the Fool King? This is starting to read like a badly written tragedy. And P. It appears that Lena's worried about whether or not the Fool King will be able to stop our investigation and successfully murder this P character. P. Philip or Professor? No. It can't be. Oh. Whew.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hi there, Hundan. Long time no see. This is definitely your simplest oracle by far. Patty. Now it all makes sense. Zach, we need to hurry back to the hotel and put all this in order.
Why, hello, Mr. Morgan, sir. How may I serve you today?
We found many new truths hidden in Lena Doman's journal, and some of them went far beyond our wildest dreams. First, we should clear up who PJ's first daughter is. She was a complete mystery until now, but after reading Lena's journal, I became convinced of something. She still lives somewhere in this town. Lena's journal stated that this woman married someone from the same town. Did you figure it out yet, Zach? Who is PJ Clarkson's first daughter? Yes, Melvin's beloved wife and the most beautiful woman in town, Candy. She's PJ Clarkson's first daughter. Which means that just like Galena, Candy also carries his blood. Now we know why Melvin said that Galena was a beauty who could attract a lot of attention. Candy had no interest in the inheritance and was also sexually liberated. That must be why PJ ended up coddling Lenny so much. Candy is supposedly sick, but she's now become a key person in our case. She must be why Melvin's gone missing. Melvin's beloved wife, Candy, committed a transgression in her past. Zach, what was it? That's right. Candy had intercourse with her younger brother, Leonard. Then she gave birth to a child that we know very well. We never heard any mention of her biological father anywhere in town, despite how much these country folk love to spread rumors. I knew there had to be some secret connected to her birth, but I never thought it'd be something like this. It's beyond anything I ever could have imagined, Zach. Next up is the Fool King, Zach. All you need to do is pick out the person who acted most like a fool when we encountered them. Honestly, the answer is clear, and it's a painful one to accept. Isn't it, Zach? Melvin. He's got to be the Fool King. The way he's acted from the moment he located Lisa's body up to now. The way Galena was murdered, silenced without any resistance. His discord with the Clarksons, the words PJ left behind, and the engineer boot prints we saw at the discovery site. It feels like the missing puzzle pieces are all falling into place now. But why did he decide to take part in Lena's plan? According to Patricia, he seemed to be avoiding Lena. There's no way he actually could have believed that the goddess of fertility would come and save the town. Oh. So that's it, Melvin. As you nursed Candy, you too became corrupted by Sang Rouge. Drugs rob people of their judgment. They slowly but surely eat away at their users. That's most likely the reason it took Lena so long to enact her plan. I don't know what to say, Zach. This is absolutely unbearable. Lena fell in love with her older sister Candy, and the two of them had intercourse. But afterwards, Lena realized that there was a disparity between her body and her mind, and descended into suffering. Finally, Lena left home and decided to live on as Professor R. Meanwhile, Candy fell in love with Melvin, which led to her leaving home as well. I could only guess that Lena and Candy's relationship continued after they left home. Then, their strange love transformed into something else that bound them together in a powerful new way. Lena must have periodically delivered Sang Rouge to Candy as offerings to the goddess of fertility. It's hard to keep going with this, Zach. You know where it's all leading, don't you? If Lena's plan was to kill off every last Clarkson aside from her goddess, then her next target is PJ's last living descendant. She's in danger. We need to hurry. Zach, the climax is upon us. Whoever hit me in that control room sure wasn't holding back. The blow was so devastating that I passed out instantly. There aren't many people who could do that. Oh, they hit me right in my head, so my memories are fuzzy. Not my finest hour, to say the least. Now, what should we do next? First, we're going to need to refresh ourselves a little. Sunbathing, Zach. Let's go bask in some liquid sunshine that's just as hot as the sun out there.